So, I haven't done a movie review in quite a while, but I wanted to do one for Creed 2 because I absolutely love this movie. I didn't quite love it as much as Creed 1, the first Creed, which I think is a great movie, and I think this one is really good. But yeah, I still loved Creed 2. I mean, just everything, almost everything about it, just like I loved it. It never really bored me at all. And I thought Michael B. Jordan, like another phenomenal performance by him. I mean, he's like understandably a great actor now, pretty much. I think we see him in Creed and then in Black Panther as Killmonger. I mean, yeah, he's definitely one of the top actors today, and he's great. He's great as Creed, as Adonis Creed, and of course Tessa Thompson as Bianca is really good in the movie. I really like her, and I mean, you can really buy their relationship so well in the movie because yeah, it feels real. It feels real. The way they met in the first Creed and the way they continue it in this movie, in like Creed 2, is I think done very well. And then you got Sylvester Stallone as Rocky, of course. He is always great as Rocky. He just captures that persona well this time, and you really feel it. You really feel how he like feels about Adonis Creed fighting Drago in the movie, and he's very skeptical, and he doesn't want to he's just like he wants to hide his like true feelings about like him fighting Ivan Drago's son, Victor Drago in the movie, but he just doesn't want to he's not like a mean guy where he's gonna or he's not like a very blunt guy. He's gonna kind of hide that, and I think he does it well in this movie. And yeah, he's great. But yeah, this movie rocked. And then of course the Dragos. The Dragos, I think what surprised me the most about this movie is that they very much humanized the Dragos in this movie, and they gave them such a great, somewhat of a good arc. I don't want to say great because they're not the focus of the movie, but when you do see them, you really feel sympathy for them, especially at the end of the movie. I'll probably get to that later in this review because I want to go kind of step by step. As far as the fights and what happens in between the fights. But I guess we'll start up with the very start, and we'll start up with the Dragos. The Dragos actually started the movie, and usually in Rocky sequels, and this is not a Rocky sequel, and they make it so that's not a Rocky sequel because usually in the Rocky sequels that the end of the first movie, the last fight, is the start of the sequel. Well, this time we're gonna start with the Dragos because we see Victor Drago fighting in Russia, and pretty much him and his father is kind of forgotten after I guess Ivan Drago lost to Rocky in Rocky 4. We see them, you see him just knock out the guy right away, and then there's of course the promoter just I see you, I know what kind of fight I want to put on in the US. So then we get to the fight where Adonis Creed starts out the movie for him. And of course it's him winning the heavyweight title, beating the guy that took his keys in the first movie. And of course he's give me my keys. He's all throughout the fight. And it's it's pretty cool. Him winning the heavyweight title to start out the movie. And I was kind of thinking, how would that work when he's going to fight Victor Drago and there's no title on the line? Because I kind of thought that was just going to happen, but they made it so that to start the movie he wins the heavyweight title, and that's what's kind of at stake when he fights Victor Drago later. So then we get to the lead up where he fights Victor Drago for the first time in the movie, and of course stuff happens. He accepts the fight versus Victor Drago, and of course he's confronting Rocky that he wants to fight Victor Drago. Rocky says I don't think I don't want you to fight him. I already mentioned this, but I really love how Rocky Sylvester Stallone acting in that scene, and it's just it's crazy. I mean, Rocky is Adonis wants to fight Victor Drago, the son of Ivan Drago, and Rocky already knows that well, if you're the son of Ivan Drago, you're probably gonna punch really, really hard, and it's gonna be not a smart idea to get in the ring with them, but. Yeah, of course, Adonis does it anyway, and does not want, Rocky doesn't want to train him because he doesn't want to be there when, of course, Adonis gets seriously hurt, even though he probably should. But Rocky's not the smartest guy in the world. And of course, it was here that kind of Adonis, it was very much, didn't really, kind of took Rocky for granted, of course. He was complaining a lot. I was kind of thinking, did he kind of grow out of this in the first movie? But I was kind of thinking, well, he's fighting the son of the like guy who killed his father. So yeah, he's probably gonna act that way and where we're at right here. But yeah, but he goes to trains with Little Duke, and I thought maybe Little Duke would. I thought there'd be more tension between them because of what happened in the first movie, where like the start, we saw Little Duke. Yeah, it wasn't like kind of didn't really want him around. Now he kind of wants him around. I thought there'd be tension there because he kind of knocked out his boy to start the movie, and yeah, but we saw. I thought it was a good relationship. I thought between him and Little Duke, and I just thought he would have like Little Duke would have more to do in the movie, played by Wood Harris, and yeah, he only had a little bit more than he had in the first movie. You saw him around more, but he didn't really have any like that many speaking lines. Of course, yeah, he was actually around in the later fight, but yeah, so we see him train, and then we see the first fight versus Victor Drago. And I actually predicted that there would be two fights, and the first fight would be controversial. And this, of course, this fight shows like that it was kind of controversial. It was like because Victor Drago knocked out Adonis when Adonis was kind of down on his knees, and that's automatic disqualification. But yeah, it was kind of controversial because you could tell, of course, like that Victor Drago owned the fight, and the way they just filmed the fights in this movie, I think, was really good. It was very much different from the first movie. I thought the way Ryan Coogler did it in the first movie was kind of artistic, with like the first fight being like I think it was like a one take fight, and then the second fight you have those like the same elements in that, like the second fight against like the English guy and whatever. But yeah, that like Ryan Coogler did it in an artistic way. I thought the way that Stephen Cable Jr., the director of this movie, did it this time was more intense. I thought it fit well because Ivan Drago, of course, Victor Drago, like his punches were just like hard, and you can feel the punches watching this movie. I thought the sound effects were like they're very much like over the top. I think well, not very much, but they were somewhat over the top because they were kind of loud. But I thought it fit well from the movie. I thought they really did it well. The fight scenes of the movie, they were intense, and you can feel them just sitting there in the theater watching the movie. It was like, yeah, it's intense. So yeah, of course Adonis loses the fight. He's put in the hospital. Of course, they kind of scare you. They say like they show you like the same thing might happen to him, what happened to Apollo. But yeah, of course it's not gonna happen. He's the star of the movie. So yeah, so he's in the hospital. Serious stuff happened to him. Rocky goes and sees him. All the stuff happens, and then I would sim through all the rest, of course, with like Bianca with the baby. I thought there was a lot of emotional scenes with like the baby, of course, being I think deaf, and they do show Bianca is she's kind of losing her hearing like more and more now, so it's gonna be tough to do a singing career with her. So Rocky comes back and trains Adonis, of course. They make up and all that stuff, and we see like that's when Bianca has the baby, of course, and you see like Adonis is like he is really trying to get over what has happened to what happened to him in the fight, and he's kind of fallen into like a somewhat of a depression. And I like what Felicia Rashad is also really good in the movie. I forgot to mention her, but she's saying I've dealt with this stuff. She's saying that Bianca dealt with this stuff with Apollo, and he's got to get over it himself. There's nothing you can do to get him out of that like sort of depression state that he's in after losing a big fight like he did against Victor Drago. So yeah, then we go to Rocky training him in the desert. Those are pretty intense scenes. I like the montage they did. They were kind of short, but I think I kind of like them being short because there's a lot more stuff that happened in this movie, and the montages didn't need to be like overly like they didn't need to be like 4 minutes like they are in like Rocky 4. So yeah, but I did love the montages in the desert, the training they had there. That was pretty cool. So yeah, then we go to the fight where he fights Victor Drago the second time, and this time it all goes right for Adonis, of course. Well, not at the start. I actually love the entrance when they show Adonis coming out, and you have Bianca singing like right before him coming out. That was actually kind of cool. That's probably one of the best entrances I've ever seen in any like the Rocky movies. So yeah, so we get to the fight. Of course, it looks like Adonis' ribs get broken again. Because Victor Drago is not his punches are just like, damn, they're hard. But of course Adonis weathers through that, and he ends up winning the fight, and it was crazy. I mean, I knew he was gonna win the fight. It's predictable because it's a boxing movie. You know the way it's gonna go, but the way he did it, because he goes and knocks out, I think, Victor Drago like 2 or 3 times, like later in the fight, and he just weathers through all like the thing, like all the punches that Victor Drago like puts on him, and like the end of the fight, you see like Ivan Drago just go over and throw the towel, which was like, wow, how like I never expected to end like the fight like that, and it goes back to like the Rocky 4 where Rocky didn't throw the towel, and I think that was actually a perfect ending, and the way that like he consoles Victor at the end, saying it's okay, son, it's okay, that just gave me the feels. It made me feel something for the Dragos, because they've scenes in the movie, of course, that were, I mean, gave you sympathy for them. Of course, with like the mother leaving them for like one of the leaders of Russia. I'm not sure where. It was at that dinner scene, but it was I guess it was like a rich guy, one of the leaders of Russia, but she was like, yeah, and then she left the fight, of course, and that's when Victor Drago kind of gave up hope, and he was just like, yeah, he kind of quit, and of course Adonis won that fight and defended his heavyweight title, I guess twice, because that disqualification in the first fight. But yeah, but it was just like, I mean, I love the way the fights are filmed. I love the way the fights went. I thought they were executed well in the movie, and I really loved them. So yeah, and the movie as a whole was really good. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I thought it is definitely close to Creed, the first Creed. I'd probably give Creed, the first Creed, like a 9.3, 9.5 out of 10, because I really loved that. I think it was a tighter movie for sure. I thought it really worked well, but this one is like, I mean, this one is just as close for me, anyways. It's just as close as being a really great film as the first Creed was, and I think one of the things about the movie, one of like the like through lines of the movie, and I guess like was about like fathers and sons, because we know that Adonis Creed wanted to avenge his father's death and fight Victor Drago, Ivan's son, and then of course we got Ivan and Victor Drago, Victor wanting to kind of like please his father, wanting to like impress him and all that, and yeah, he wants to make him happy, and then of course we got Rocky, and this was a storyline that was not shown throughout the movie that much, but it was kind of like inside of Rocky's head, of course, and then we see at the end it was of course about his son, and they're like he hasn't like been around with them that much, but we do see at the end he does go and we see Milo Ventimiglia, I think, from This Is Us, of course, who played his son in Rocky Balboa. But I thought it was nice to have him in the movie, and of course he goes and visits him, and I thought, yeah, it was a really really a good way to end the movie, with him going to see his like grandson and his son, and of course like Adonis going to Apollo's grave. So yeah, but it was, for me, it was just a great movie, and I don't know if I would want another Creed movie. They're gonna have to have a really good idea, because the way his arc went from like Creed to Creed 2, I thought it ended so well. But if there was a third movie, they'd probably get some kind of big personality, like a Clubber Lang, not like Clubber Lang's son, but probably like a Clubber Lang. I don't know, but yeah. But as for me, I'm very pleased with Creed and Creed 2. Creed 2 especially. I thought it was really well done. So, give me your thoughts about Creed 2. I went on a lot with this trailer, from this review. But yeah, give me your thoughts about it. Did you like it? Did you like it as much as the first Creed? Or did you like it a little bit less, as like I did? So yeah, tell me down below. And you can check out my channel for more movie reviews. I'm going to try to do them more often. But for this one, I really wanted to talk about Creed 2. So yeah, probably not going to make any promises. But I'll try when movies come out, especially in December. So yeah, thank you for watching. And until next time, I'll see you folks later. I am out.